We're always being told that bananas are a great way to fuel us during exercise. But what if I told you that banana skins and other food waste that we throw away could also fuel another energy revolution? According to some of our biggest supermarkets and retailers, food and agricultural waste holds the key to a form of fuel that could drastically reduce the pollution on our roads: biomethane. Last month, Waitrose unveiled 10 new lorries, all running on biomethane. What are the benefits of having trucks like this?
These emit 100 tonnes less CO2 per year in comparison to a normal conventional diesel truck. We'll also benefit in terms of they'll save us money. It's about £17,000 saving in fuel per truck per year.
A new way of fuelling lorries which cuts out the need for diesel would be welcome news for all concerned about the environment. But how does biofuel work, and is it a realistic alternative? Food waste is collected and taken to a processing plant like this one here in Widnes, Cheshire, where the bin contents are unloaded and the food fed into giant vats. ReFood is one of around 70 processing plants in the UK that convert our waste into biomethane fuel. It's plants like these that feed fuel to the trucks. The waste, including my banana skin, is mulched down into this unrecognisable paste. It's heated to 70 degrees and then cooled before mixing with bacteria to break it down to become biomethane, the fuel that can run our central heating, cookers and lorries. It's then fed into the national grid at a rate of 1,000 metres cubed of biomethane per hour. 30 miles up the road, refuelling stations like this one owned by CNG here in Leyland, Lancashire, supply the biomethane gas from the national grid to the trucks. Philip Feld is CEO. Where else is this technology being used?
Likes of Argos and other hauliers using it for lorries. But you've also got buses, places like Reading, Nottingham, etc. are using gas buses, and then you've got refuse trucks. Very quiet. I expect to see a lot of bin lorries coming on stream over the coming years running on biomethane.
But for companies that want to use CNG, biomethane gas, there are currently limitations. With only 2 fuelling stations, how viable is this plan?
We are in the process of building another 4 to 6 every year going forward. So once you get to 2019, 2020, every region in the UK is going to have a number of these stations available. So as a plan, it's very viable. We've got to start somewhere.
Road transport accounts for around 1/5 of the UK's overall greenhouse emissions. Diesel engines also account for 40% of some of the most harmful pollutants of London's inner city. Mayor Sadiq Khan is so concerned that he's planning to expand London's ultra-low emission zone. So a fuel that is claimed to cut out the vast majority of these pollutants is an attractive prospect. And it's recent advances in technology that have allowed companies like Waitrose to make the switch.
This tank, it's basically much bigger. It's made of carbon fibre, so it's much lighter, which helps the fuel efficiency. But this allows us to do a range of 500 miles from the depot. In the past, it was only 300 miles.
So what is the long-term plan?
The long-term plan is to, as vehicles come to the end of their life, is that we actually replace diesel with gas vehicles or biomethane vehicles to displace as much diesel as we possibly can do with biomethane.
Of course, we have to make sure companies are committed and don't just see it as a good PR opportunity. But if this trial works, maybe others will follow, which may mean a greener future for all of us. Time to start the cycle again.